Hi gardeners, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to go ahead and dedicate this video towards a plant I've been wanting to grow in my garden for a very long time. And so in this video, I'll be dedicating a planting guide and a growing guide to Roselle. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. So Red Roselle is actually part of the hibiscus family, which anything hibiscus, I'm planting it in my garden. So the way you harvest Red Roselle is actually super fascinating to me. Once the plant flowers, which the flowers are fascinating, they're gorgeous, they're breathtaking, they'll start puffing up the calyx. So the calyxes are actually the part of the plant you actually eat, which you dehydrate either in an oven or in a dehydrator, and you use it in teas for its huge medicinal purposes. And the way it fascinates me is how the calyx actually looks. It actually puffs up like a balloon, and it's so weird, but it's also so cool that it's so fascinating to see how that's where we get our food or where we get the benefits from. So it's super fascinating, and I can't wait to do a video on harvesting Red Roselle myself. So that's why I'm planting it in my garden this year. So I actually want to take a quick time to mention the Plant Good Seed Company. I have partnered with them before. They're an amazing small family owned business, and I love their seeds because most of them are heirloom varieties. They usually provide seeds that you can't find at any regular general seed shop or in local stores. Like for example, Red Roselle, they sent me different varieties of corn. They sent me different varieties of beans. Like they have a very good stable site with some very fascinating varieties for you to check out. So I'll be leaving all the media links down below for you all to check out. Go support them. They're an amazing company. Their seeds are an amazing quality as well as their varieties. So let me go ahead and jump straight into the planting on how you should plant Red Roselle seeds. So here is the Plant Good seed packet for the Red Roselle. I love the images and I love the design that is put into these seed packets and the information as well. It's really useful. So Red Roselle is commonly known with different names all over the world. I call it Jamaica since I am Mexican. We use Roselle in lots of our refreshers, our cold drinks. It's also known as Jamaican sorrel. There's definitely different names for each country or each place that it's used. So this is a very common known plant, especially for its medicinal purposes, but very useful. So let me go ahead and show you how to plant it. Here are the two seeds. Here's the pot. Super simple to do. What I do is I like to plant them a little bit more separated just in case I have to thin them out or I have to separate them once they get bigger, so they have at least some space for me to go ahead and separate them easier, because if I would plant them all in the same little area, it would be more difficult and I'll be messing up the roots way more. So make sure you plant them a bit more separate, so when it comes to separation time you could do less damage to the roots than if you would plant them at the same area. So just sink those in like so, and then top dress with a little bit more soil that is already there, and you're done. Super easy to plant these seeds. These germinate very quickly, so within 3 to 5 days you should see a plant already emerging or germinating, and they're super quick to grow. Once they sprout, it's game time. They will not stop growing until they bloom. And of course, these are prolific performers. They get pretty big and they produce seeds and the gorgeous calyx for us to eat. So let me go ahead and plant up this entire tray, and then we'll talk about the growing guide. So I planted all my seeds. I planted a 15 count tray. So hopefully we get a good amount of Red Roselle from this tray so I could plant out and grow and enjoy. So let's go ahead and talk about a growing guide. So like I mentioned before, Red Roselle prefers to be planted in subtropical to tropical areas. So here in southern Florida, we are perfect conditions to grow them. Second, Red Roselle prefers to be planted in full sun, so make sure you provide at least 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight in order to receive the best performance off of them. Third is Roselle likes to be planted in high levels of humidity, which means that they prefer high levels of moisture in their soil. So you want to make sure you plant them in an area that retains some moisture, that has some water supply for it to draw from, because Red Roselle is one of those plants that does not like to be dried out. The more the plant gets dried out, the less and less it's going to produce for you. So make sure you provide the ample amount of water for it to succeed and thrive in your garden. Fourth is that Roselle tends to get big. So if you want to limit the size of your Roselle, plant it in a pot and it will decrease the height and width in general. But if you live in an area where you would like to get a big plant, plant it in the ground, give it some space for it to get bigger and produce a good ample amount of calyxes for you to harvest and enjoy in the kitchen. I'll be leaving the size, the mature size of the Roselle up on the screen for you all to see, so you can have an idea on how much spacing you need for it to grow bigger and produce the ample amount of calyxes for you to harvest. So that's going to be it for this video. Once again, a huge shout out to the Plant Good Seed Company for partnering with us on this video. All their information will be left below for you all to check out. Go support them and go tell them I sent you. So may God bless you and your entire family, and never forget to grow big, Ultimate Gardeners. Bye everyone.